Venus just moved into Taurus and there's a full moon in Libra on the horizon. This is the sky asking a very pointed question. What do you actually value? Not what you say you value, not what's on your vision board. What do you actually spend money on? Because here's the thing, your spending is honest even when you're not. Most soul led entrepreneurs I know carry some version of this pattern. They'll invest in a team member without blinking. They'll sign up for a program before they've even finished reading the sales page. If their kid suddenly gets obsessed with something new, mine is deep in a full dinosaur era right now, and I did not pause for 1 second before flooding Amazon with that energy, they just make it happen. But the moment something is for them, for their own support, their own rest, their own growth, suddenly it's too much. Suddenly it needs to be justified 6 different ways before it's allowed through the door. That's not frugality. That's a story about where money belongs and where you've decided you fall on that list. I had a moment recently that made this land in a really simple way. I just come through an intense 3 day stretch of deep inner work. The kind that rattles you and resets you and rebuilds you all at once. On the other side of it, instead of going straight back to my desk like I normally would, something in me looked down at my feet and said, go get a pedicure, drive down the hill, windows down, base up, and take the rest of the day. And almost immediately, I almost talked myself out of it. It felt indulgent, out of place, like, shouldn't you be working? I went anyway. And sitting in that chair, I thought about how I hadn't paused for even a second before ordering an entire dinosaur universe for my son. 0 committee meeting required, but 2 hours of rest and care after 3 days of hard internal work that apparently needed a whole convincing. That's the appreciation code showing up. Or more accurately, that's what it looks like when it's out of alignment with your design. In cosmic currency, the appreciation code is rooted in your 8th house placement. It reveals how you're naturally wired to relate to investing, not what's responsible by someone else's standard, but what spending actually means energetically in your unique design. When your spending aligns with your code, it builds. When it doesn't, it either drains you or holds you smaller than you're meant to be. I worked with a client, she works in a healing and teaching capacity, whose appreciation code completely reframed how she saw her own expenses. Her code came through with Libra on her 8th house, ruled by Venus. She was named a harmonious investor, designed to create beautiful exchanges, to invest in relationships, in flow, in the kind of work that creates harmony for everyone involved. And she was doing exactly that, constantly, generously for her clients, her students, her community. But when it came to spending on herself, on her own growth, her own support, her own tools, that felt different, less justified, like it needed to earn its place in a way her other spending never did. Her appreciation code named it right there in her chart. She was designed for beautiful, balanced exchange, which meant the exchange needed to flow both ways. What she'd been calling responsible was actually an imbalance written into her spending. She was funding everyone else's ecosystem while slowly starving her own. When she saw it that way, the guilt around investing in herself didn't just soften, it dissolved. It wasn't indulgence, it was alignment. And her financial ecosystem started to shift because she finally stopped treating herself as the exception. Here's what I want you to sit with. Where you spend money is where you believe money belongs. And if you're consistently at the bottom of that list, that's not a budget problem. That's a belief problem. And your appreciation code can show you exactly where the misalignment lives, not in a journal prompt, but in your actual chart. This is what building a secure relationship with money looks like from the inside. Not just optimizing what comes in, but getting honest about what you're spending is reflecting back to you about what you believe you deserve. If you want to know where you currently stand in your relationship with money, whether you're avoiding, anxiously tracking every number, swinging between both, or building something that's starting to feel stable, the Cosmic Money Style Quiz is the place to start. It names your money attachment style right now, and that's always the most honest starting point. Take it at cosmicb.link/quiz.